in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I don't know what it is, but it's phenomenal.
All right, people, we're going to try something a little different today.
I cannot solve your problem, sir. Only you can.
Am I missing something?
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
Don't mess with the bull, young man. You'll get the horns.
The reality is, humans are humans are humans, and that's never going to end.
No, I do mind. The dude minds. This will not stand.
It's a big, big deal.
Hello. You speak English, sir? Parla usted inglés?
60% of the time, it works. Every time.
I've done the math on this. We've talked about it on this show before. That's a fact.
You'll learn a little something about yourself.
That's us, dude.
That's why we're radio shows.
That's right.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad.
Let's do this. Discussing issues that matter to you. Finding real answers using logic and reason. KLZ 560 presents Rush to Reason. Now, here is your host, John Rush.
And welcome to hour number 3 of Denver's Afternoon Rush. Rush to Reason, KLZ 560, Dan Meurer, Andy Pate, the co-founder of the party of choice, filling in for the vacationing John Rush.
That's right.
That's us. That's what we do.
That's
we
what
fill
we
in
do.
for John.
We fill in for,
As a matter of fact, I think
better
I'm gonna
man.
make a new business card that says Dan Meurer, fill in for John Rush.
I am the walking cardboard cutout. You just set him in here, and I'm the backup.
The backup.
Yes.
Yeah, and by the way, thank you so much for coming in at such short notice. Jenna Ellis, who was scheduled today, was ill.
Jenna Ellis, you traded down, man.
Ellis.
You traded down.
Well, no, I
like
I mean,
her.
she's a professor, and you are a.
I'm dumb.
Well, you're a Packer fan.
I'm a Packer fan.
You're a Packer fan. I mean, come on.
Oh my gosh, my degree is in the ministry.
Can you imagine how I was just contemplating show on my own or invite the Packer fan? Show on my own or invite the Packer fan?
Oh, I know. It was just like, and then I called you. Okay, no, I didn't.
No, I went with the Packer fan. No, Andy, as always, I really appreciate you coming on. You add a lot to the program. But let's kind of go back to this subject we were talking about.
Okay.
And that's opportunity purpose. I received another text, and I missed it. I received another text over the last hour.
Okay.
And, we were talking about how do we help the inner cities and all that kind of stuff if you weren't listening in the last hour.
Right.
And so this text says, now this really gets me. This guy loves to get me going. I don't even know who it is. This is already being done to some extent, such as tuition assistance. I agree to more assistance in providing more opportunities. Do we really need, I'm sorry, but
More tuition assistance?
More tuition assistance.
No.
More debt. Do we need the government involved? Pell Grants, student loans. Do we really need all of this? Quite frankly, Andy, if you ask me, that's the reason higher education costs so gosh darn much.
It is
because the government's involved.
Of course. The cost of education has gone up at several times the rate of inflation, and the reason is the amount of money that is being pumped in by the taxpayers. Look, if you are a college is a business, all right?
Yeah, even state colleges.
Right. But if you're a business and you know that a certain percentage of your product is going to be subsidized, you're simply going to charge that much more on top of that because you know they still have the money to pay it. Okay? You've got, look, you not only have, all kinds of money coming in, just tax funding right into the organization, but you also have a clientele that are getting all kinds of grants and everything else to come there. What are you going to charge, Dan?
We got to start raising prices.
There you go.
It's once again, it's too many dollars chasing too few goods causes the price to go up.
Right.
Because they're going to grab that money. They're going to take it. 303-477-5600. We're opening up the lines. Anything you want to talk about, or if you'd like to talk about these subjects. Andy Pate, Dan Meurer. Okay, so I was talking to a friend of mine at the West Conservative Summit.
A friend?
I have one.
Okay, good.
Just one friend.
That's great.
And then everybody else is on the payroll.
Hey, at least you got started.
I'm glad my wife keeps writing those checks.
A 1,000,000-mile journey starts with one step. You have one friend. Okay, what the friend say?
So me and this one friend, we were talking about Victor Mitchell, and he's a gubernatorial candidate here in Colorado, and he was talking about reducing tuitions at colleges. So that's part of his platform.
Okay.
And then that made me think, well, first of all, that's not a Republican idea. I mean, it's just.
Well, wait. How is he planning on doing it?
I don't know, but it's just, to me, the whole thing of setting prices and all that, I don't get it. But here's what prompted my thought. Why do we still have state-run schools anyway? Why is government in education as far as higher education goes? Why wouldn't this all be more efficient if it was done in the private sector, just like healthcare, as far as I'm concerned?
You could even have vouchers. Okay, you can have vouchers at least through K through 12, right? And you can go and choose where your education is. But why is government providing anything? Why is the government the provider of the education? Why is the government educating our youth and telling them how to think? I mean, if you didn't have that, if colleges, think about this for a second. If colleges simply had to compete, okay, and provide the best product that would make you the most competitive in the free market, would we have snowflakes rampaging across them, because they're not getting theirs at the time?
No, not at all. Okay, let's do this. It is time for the Kurt Rogers Monday Mortgage Minute. Kurt, welcome back to Rush to Reason. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing fine. Dan, you say that with such enthusiasm. It's just bubbles out of you.
Oh, well, it's true, though. I absolutely love you. I love affordable interest mortgage. And so what's going on in the mortgage world? What's happening, man?
Well, right now, rates are still staying very low, which is, everybody talks about rates going up and, that maybe I missed the housing market, but that's not the case. We're still seeing people refinance out of their current loans with mortgage insurance and not extending their term and not raising their payment. The market's still very good for financing portion, whether you're purchasing or refinancing.
Okay, so Kurt, John's been gone, so I've been nurturing, and what I've been nurturing your ads with is the fact that you help people get their credit score to where it needs to be so they can buy the house at the best rate possible. Explain a little bit as to how you do that.
Well, the first thing I have to say is I am not a credit repair company. What I can show you and give you and talk to you about is different ways that I've seen that have worked in the past. They might not work for everybody, but there are certain key ingredients that affect the credit score that are common knowledge, that are publicized. I just show you how to use them to the best of your ability. How, if you have credit cards, you don't close them in most cases. How you don't max out credit cards. Paying your bills on time gives you so many points, or a certain percentage of your points, but there's some other factors that have some great benefit to you.
Well, what I really liked about the meeting that you and I had, Kurt, is that a lot of us out there, we're busy working. We've got this bill, that thing. Now we got this doctor bill and the kids got the flu or whatever. And so then we're thinking about, okay, so we need to either get into a bigger house or refinance the current house, but I'm not sure where my credit is. And I'll tell you what, Kurt, it was very, very comfortable to sit down with you and talk about what needed to be done. And I want to thank you for that.
No problem. I think most people are starting to learn that before they go out to get a mortgage loan, whether it's for a purchase or a refi, if you sit down at least 30 to 45 days prior, have somebody do a basic credit report so you can see how maybe you can move your score 12 points that save you $4,000 or $5,000 in fees. Because remember, the lower your credit score is, the higher the cost to do the loan because of the risk to the lender. There's some easy ways to make that score go up quickly and not have to pay those extra fees, because those fees don't come to me. They go to the lender.
Yeah. No, that's critically important. Okay, Kurt, if people want to learn more about you or contact you, where do they call?
They call 720-895-0500, or they can contact us at aimortgage.net.
Okay, Kurt. Hey, what's coming up on Haystack tomorrow?
We're going to be talking to one of my favorite people that we have on the show, and that's the Freedom Service Dogs.
Oh, love Freedom Service Dogs. Are you going to bring one in studio again tomorrow, probably?
Yeah, actually, we believe there's going to be another dog and another veteran in the studio, along with some other folks. It's going to be an exciting show. It really is. We got a lot of things to talk about.
Oh, awesome! And that's tomorrow at noon on Haystack Help Radio. Kurt, man, thanks as always. Thank you very much for calling in.